Hello, everyone. This is gonna be a review of the Rode Podcaster mic, which was graciously provided for by Crystal Audio Communications, which is a local distributor of the Rode mics. And before anybody goes on to say that this is gonna be a biased review, actually, I've always wanted to get a Rode mic for my studio, and I've been looking at the condenser mics that they have because a lot of the Rode mics have had good reviews online, and I've always wanted to get one for myself but haven't really gone out to to buy one. And then with my working relationship with with the distributors, they found out about the blog and the video tutorials that I do, and then they simply decided to bless me with the podcaster. Unfortunately, of course, this isn't what I was hoping for, because I was really looking forward to get a nice studio condenser, but it was just a blessing in disguise that this is actually what was missing in my mic collection, something that I can use for my blog and all my tutorials and recordings. So let's proceed. Okay, as you can see, this is the Rode Podcaster mic. Uh, really delivers broadcast quality sound. Now it records in 18-bit and up to 48 sample rate. However, some people who would want to choose this over a condenser will might have, of course, um, consider the lower sampling rate than what you would normally get from a studio condenser. However, for the purpose of podcasting and everything, it just fits the bill perfectly. Now, it's Windows and Mac compatible. It's powered by USB, which is just great, as it acts also as your sound card, without the need for you to have a separate sound card to plug in a microphone. So it's just in the Mac, it's just plug and play actually, and then it has its internal capsule shock mounting, which is right on top, which you will see that the top of the mic's really flat, and we have the stereo. Okay, here you can see there's the mini jack output rather, sorry, and then the volume control. Now the mini jack is for your the mini jack is for your headphone output, so that you can monitor through your headphones. Now, the good thing about the Rode Podcaster is the way it also monitors, which is has a real time monitoring through the mic, which provides zero latency monitoring. So what that means is, usually if you use a separate mic in your setup that isn't as um, great in terms of latency, you will hear the delays, and that is always introduced whenever we do computer recordings. Now with the podcaster, even with the slight delay that any computer can introduce in the chain, the podcaster now do, does away with that because you can monitor direct. So whatever you're recording, you can automatically hear through your headphones. So that's a plus. Okay. Another plus would be it's ideal also because you can also use this with your iPad. Now, if you want to do some recordings on your iPad, you can just connect this via USB with a powered hub and your camera connection kit. Um, the nice thing about uh, having this along is you can have really nice quality recordings, even if you want to do something like field recording, or you want to record outside your studio. So I can imagine myself just bringing this and an iPad, and I'm good to go. So that's pretty exciting to think about. Now, having this is really uh, it's really a blessing because, as I said, it's very useful, and ideally, it was built for podcasters, hence the product name, which is the Rode Podcaster mic. However, of course, we won't limit the use just because it's called the Podcaster. Now, it can also be used by singers, songwriters. Um, um, you can also use it via communication software of um, like if you want to talk to someone on the internet, or you want to do it via Skype, or FaceTime, then you can also use this, and you can get a nicer quality input that your friend on the other line will get. They will hear you better. It's clearer. Now, it also can be used with voice recognition software. Um, well, as also stated in the product description, which is also a plus. Um, as I said, and if you've seen any of my past videos, a number of times I've started using this already, and you will see more of this used in future videos. So this is just proof that I really use it on in real life. It's really worth it. I mean, um, the price, however, is something that people have been considering, because it's a bit on the more expensive side for a dynamic mic. It's around $200 plus. So so a lot of people might say that it's a bit expensive, and a lot of people who experience the using the Rode Podcaster mic can at least, or can also somehow justify the price, um, because even with the reviews, before I even got this, I was also looking at this, and people have been posting good reviews about the mic, talking about the clarity, and I was even surprised how other people were using this for actual recordings, for songs, and they were using it, um, and they were also comparing it to other microphones I mean, condenser mics that were that are more expensive, and are more um, known for use for vocal recordings, and somehow some reviewers found that the podcaster sometimes sounded better than some of their mics. So that's also something interesting there. And then, well, of course, you can use it for product reviews, tutorials, of course, podcasts, YouTube videos. Um, Personally, I've also used it in a song of mine called Opaque. I'll try to post a link of it in the description, just to for you also to hear how it sounds. But yeah, it's quite a workhorse if you think about it. Now with the negatives, of course. The negatives now for the podcaster is, if you can see now my position, I'm kind of close to the mic, really close. I also try recording from a distance here, but somehow, when I start, having that distance, we can immediately hear the room, the space in the room. So, um, the best, if you want like crisp and just full-bodied vocal, um, you have to, it's best to be close mic'd, you know. And then, of course, it's USB only. So if you enjoy the sound of the podcaster and you want to connect it to an analog mixer or any analog recording device, then I think that would also be a problem. And the size and weight. The size, how some people will of course say that it's too big, because it really is big. I mean, it's a big mic. Now, the weight also is one factor. A lot of there are also other reviews that cited the weight as a con. Um, because to some, if it really needs an a nicer stand, or a strong stand, because of the weight of the mic. It really needs a strong support. I think it's around 2.2 pounds in the weight, so it's quite heavy for a microphone. I think it's the heaviest mic that I have. I think, yeah. Um, and then, well, for me, for my podcasting, I use this. I bought this mini tripod or mic stand, which which works quite well. And then, um, oh yeah, another thing is people also, since because of the size, so it's held by the base. So here, I don't know if you can see that, it's held by the base of the mic. So that's also one thing to consider. When people start to balance the mic, so it's gonna be top heavy now because it's held by the base. Now, other people will also notice the color, so that may be a plus for you, that may be a con. So it's really up to you. Um, yeah, basically that's it. You can just I'll just show you the mic. So there's a light indicator on top that you will see if it's powered via the USB. And then again, you have, if you want to hold it, then there are grooves to it. So I mean, maybe it's for your grip, but I think with the mic sensitivity of it, it'll be hard to use it, you know like a handheld mic, because you're gonna hear some handling noise. Okay. Another uh the last point that I want to bring up is, um some people list it as a con that they can hear everything. It's like it's so sensitive. It is actually. And if you monitor through the headphones, via the mic, you will definitely hear even just the air. It's so sensitive. It's like you're hearing the whole room. It's more noisy even when you when you put your headphones on. And the reason for that is the volume that's included here brings up the overall volume of your recording. Okay, so it's basically amplifying the whole place. And from what your ears can hear, it gets amplified, so it gets so sensitive you can hear everything. However, it only affects your headphones. Now, the recording input now is the one that you should set. That's more important. So when you're recording, you set your input into a nice and decent recording input level, and it records fine. It doesn't record all the air out around you. So even if you're monitoring loudly through the headphones, you may be hearing, hiss and everything. But if you play back your recording, it's not there. So that's one thing to consider. If you're trying it out, don't get turned off immediately and say that it's too sensitive, I can't use it. Um, it's quite useful actually for any type of recording requirements. So if you're looking for a nice mic, the Rode Podcaster can be a choice. It's really up to you. So that's it. God bless.